8 Best Improvised Lines by the Actors. It must be irritating for screenwriters to spend years perfecting natural-sounding dialogue, just to have a movie star go up and make it all up in the moment. Worse still, its unplanned inclusion often becomes much more renowned than anything else in the film. And before you know it, it's on the poster, on a t-shirt, and is quoted at parties. Hello and welcome to another Movie Reels video. In this video, we will talk about the best improvised lines by the actors. So I'm presenting to you 8 best improvised lines by the actors. On number 8, here's looking at you, kid. From Casablanca, 1942. Only if you're the kind of guy who offers a lot of toasts does Humphrey Bogart's most famous phrase make sense. Bogart, thankfully, was, and tossed that phrase in at random after practicing it on Bergman off camera, while teaching her how to play poker, of course. In reality, most of Casablanca was made up after the fact. With the film's iconic last line, "I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship," dubbed in by Bogart after the film had already been completed. Number 7, I don't wanna go. Avengers Infinity War, 2018. Peter Parker's lip-quivering epilogue in Tony Stark's arms is perhaps the most emotional scene in the MCU to date, sold the whole terrible conclusion to the Infinity War. Tom Holland improvised the scenario and made it up with his frightened final remark after apparently being instructed to act like you don't want to go. On number 6, leave the gun, take the cannoli. The Godfather, 1972. Actor Richard S. Castellano invented the phrase that introduced lardy Italian pastries to the rest of the world. When Castellano was playing the mafia goon, Clemenza, opposite of Tom Roski's Rocco, he recalled that sequence, shot separately, began with his on-screen wife screaming, "Don't forget the cannoli!" Francis Ford Coppola kept the additional phrase in as a joke, and to set the foundation for every mob comedy that followed. Number 5. Warriors, come out to play! The Warriors, 1979. This is just the first part of an ad-lib. David Patrick Kelly is said to have picked up a couple of old glass bottles on set, put them on his fingers, and began repeating the phrase that became the film's slogan at random. Walter gives me credit for that. I found the bottles, but he says I did it all. Kelly recently said, "I'll take the credit for the bottles and how I said it, but I remember him kicking in the lines. So it wasn't in the script and had to be made upon the moment, but the ad-libbing was done by extremely modest Walter Hill." Number 4. Alright. Dazed and Confused, 1993. Matthew McConaughey wasn't meant to be in the scene that gave him his nickname, but director Richard Linklater sneaked him in without warning. And without any lines, McConaughey made up the phrase based on something he once overheard The Doors frontman, Jim Morrison, said. The sequence was McConaughey's first filming experience, so he didn't do poorly for a novice. Coming in on number 3, "Hey, I'm walking here!" Midnight Cowboy, 1969. Nice. This may be improvised, but it's equally possible that it's not. During one New York street scene, a genuine yellow taxi almost ran him over, but Dustin Hoffman remained in character, screaming, "I'm walking here!" as he pounded on the hood. According to the director, pardon my pronunciation, John Schlesinger, was previously in the screenplay. Hoffman, who was methodical enough to put a bunch of stones in his shoes to ensure that he had a believable limp, gets praised in any case. Number 2. You hear that? Reservoir Dogs, 1992. Although Quentin Tarantino is renowned for his language, Michael Madsen improvised one of his film's most memorable sequences. According to the screenplay, Mr. Blonde chops the ear of a policeman he was imprisoned in a warehouse and sets him on fire. Madsen reasoned that it would be more amusing to ridicule his victim first. So he did. "Hey, what's going on? You hear that?" Before giggling like a madman. And lastly on number 1, The Silence of the Lambs, 1991. Dr. Hannibal Lecter's big moment on screenplay comes when he tells Agent Starling that he ate someone's liver with some fava beans and fine Chianti. That's fine, but it pales in comparison to Hopkins' strange hissing sound, which elevates a frightening moment to a masterpiece. Hopkins made the sucky lispy sounds on set to scare Jodie Foster, and it was retained in the picture because it elicited such a positive response on her. I hope you find this video to your valuable advantage, and it might help you in different ways. Thanks for watching this video. If you found this video informative, do like and subscribe, and don't forget to give the comments and provide us with your valuable feedback. Plus, if you want to suggest us a topic for the next video, feel free to tell us. See you in the next video. Until then, stay tuned to Movie Reels.